Since we have been justified through faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. Through whom we have gained access by faith into His grace, in which we now stand. Romans 5 verses 1 and 2. Since we have been justified through faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we have gained access by faith into this grace, in which we now stand. Romans 5 verse 1 and 2. Since we have been justified through faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we have gained access by faith into His grace, in which we now stand. Romans 5 verse 1 and 2. Into this grace, in which we now stand. Romans 5 verse 1 and 2.
My name's Amy. Welcome. It's so nice to see you guys here today. Have you guys seen my friend Max?
No.
That's good, because I have a present right over here for him. Presents are my favorite things in the world. Can you remember a time when you got an amazing present? Maybe it was Christmas morning, perhaps your birthday. One of the best presents I ever got was a brand new bike. It was pink with ribbons tied around the handlebars. And it was super duper fast. What do you think this present is?
It's a dinosaur. It's a parrot. It's an elephant. It's a lion. It's a strawberry.
Lots of good guesses there, but I can't tell you because it's a surprise, so shh. What's that noise? Sounds like a friend of mine. Who's there?
It's me, Max.
Hi, Max. I have a gift for you,
Yay!
but you can't see it.
Oh.
Instead, I'm going to describe it to you. It'll be like a game. Shh. It's shaped like a square. It's standing on an easel, and it has lots of colours. Do you know what it is yet?
No.
It was painted by an artist, and it looks a lot like your best friend. Do you know what it is yet, Max?
No. It's a painting of the best friend Melody. Yay!
Max, would you like to see your gift?
Yes. Wow.
Max, you trusted me, even though you couldn't see. And if you can trust me, how much more can you trust God, who's far greater than me? Just like the air around us that creates wind we cannot see, God is everywhere, and He keeps His promises, so we can be sure that He will do what He says.
Thank you, Amy.
My pleasure, Max.
Bye, Max.
In the book of Genesis, we find this story about Abraham and Sarah, a grandma and a grandpa. Most grandparents don't have babies, but as we're about to find out, when God makes a promise, He delivers. God had spoken to Abraham when he was 75 years old and said, "I'll make you a great nation and bless you." God takes Abraham outside and says, "Look up at the sky and count the stars. So shall your offspring be." But Abraham and Sarah did not have children. How was God going to make their family into a great nation without a single child? It was a promise that seemed so outrageous, so beyond belief, that Abraham and his wife Sarah thought God must have been joking. Abraham and Sarah waited and waited and waited. Years passed by and they didn't seem to be any closer to what God had promised them. With faith in God, they waited. Sarah was now 90 years old and Abraham was 100 years old. God spoke to Abraham and said, "I will bless Sarah. She will have a baby son, and you will call him Isaac." Ha ha ha, he laughed. Sarah laughed too. How could an old woman like me have a baby? But sure enough, God did keep his promise to Abraham and Sarah. They had a son at the exact time God had planned all along. This isn't really a story about Abraham and why he was so special. It's a story about God and why he is so special. Faith is trusting God to do what only God can do. We can have faith and trust in God. God keeps his promises.
I love stories about people who trusted God. Those people are my heroes. Just like Abraham. He waited and waited and waited for God's promised baby. But nothing happened for ages and ages and ages. But Abraham just kept trusting God. Because when God makes a promise, it's good as done. Even if, like Abraham, it might take a little bit of time to see it, for God never fails. Do you have a baby brother or sister? Maybe you remember when they came home from the hospital and everyone was excited. Well, there came an amazing day when Abraham held Isaac in his arms. The whole world knew now that what God said was true. But Abraham, he had known it all along. He knew that God would never fail. And you can too. Every day, every minute of our lives. I just love it that we can trust God for everything because our God never fails.
We can have faith and trust in God. Huh? We can have faith and trust in God? We can have faith and trust in God.